kind of archaic.
Okay, so here's the other one that I've got here, and it says, clowns are comic performers who employ slapstick or similar types of physical comedy, often in a mime style. That's a little bit better.
Yes.
I like that definition. Finally, the last definition that I have is the biggest paragraph here. I'll try to read it without stuttering or stumbling too much. Clowns have a varied tradition with significant variations in costume and performance. The most recognizable clown is the modern... See, I knew I was going to choke on that. The most recognizable modern clown character is the august or red clown type, with outlandish costumes featuring distinguished makeup, colorful wigs, exaggerated footwear, and colorful clothing. Their style is generally to entertain large audiences, especially at a distance.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, see, I thought that was, it makes a little bit more sense now. The bright colors, the bright things.
Yes.
That's so they can be seen by large groups.
Okay.
So I thought that was probably about the best definition that I could find.
And that's specifically a clown style called the August clown.
Right. Now,
And there was a couple others?
There was a couple others. I don't know exactly what those were.
Okay. Well, I just happen to have them right here in front of me.
Yay.
Jeez. Well, there's the white-face clown. He's the classic Perot, a Harlequin clown. His face is all white with the features painted on in black and red. When the features of this clown face are all of relatively normal size, the clown is called a neat white face. Like our friend Puddles.
Yeah?
He's a neat white face. If the features are extra large, this clown is called a grotesque white face. That's an unfortunate...
that's a description.
Yeah, because
okay.
people would say that all clowns are grotesque.
Right.
But, yeah, unfortunately, that's what it's called.
Okay.
And then there's the character clown, which there's a lot of variation with that one. He may be your sad-faced hobo or tramp that you talked about, or he may be a happy, offbeat character with a big nose, funny mustache, crazy haircut, funny costume, a la Charlie Chaplin or some TV comics. The most popular character clown types used by non-professionals, which I found that interesting, are the regular, the rube, the hobo, and the policeman. So I'm assuming then if you're a professional clown, you're going to be a white face or an August
right
style.
What is the August, though? I know we use that term already, but that's a pink face or what? Well, red face?
Yeah, because you read a little bit there, but it was different than this.
Right.
I mean, same. It's talking about the same thing, but there's a little more.
Right.
The August clown. This is the typical clown pictured in storybooks and circus posters. This clown face has a base color that is pink or reddish rather than pure white. Features are in red and black and are usually exaggerated in size. The mouth is thickly accented with white, which is also used around the eyes.
Okay.
So, the white face and then the August actually has a tint to it.
Okay. So, I think...
That's interesting.
I think the faces and the painting, well, that's going to come up later on,
And this is in the world of professional clowns. So
right.
If this is your business, if this is your job, if this is what you do, this is the terminology you're going to use and the rules you're going to follow.
Right, I gotcha.
If you're not a professional, which I found that interesting as well, then they do a lot of the character clowns.
Okay.
Maybe those are the ones we see running around the fairs and stuff. They're just kind of
Right.
I don't know, they're just kind of an anything goes kind of crazy character, so.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay.
And, clowning is an art form. There's a little bit here.
There is, yeah.
What?
I don't know. You should have plenty of laughter in this, right? It's about clowns.
Yes, I guess so. But yeah, it says, clowning is a real art. It requires physical skill, dramatic ability, a firm understanding of human nature, imagination, wit, strong sense of the comic. It uses timing, surprise, anticipation, slapstick, and sometimes pathos as elements in its humor. So
yeah, there's more to
yeah.
than just slap it on.
It's a thing. It's a real thing.
Exactly.
It is a thing. And we'll end this segment with saying, it is said that man is the only animal that laughs. Clowns down through the ages have given the world something to laugh at and to laugh with.
All right. What I'd like to know is some examples of clowns. Let's talk about that. Where do I want to begin with this? Because it says, what is a clown? But who is a clown? So people, I'm going to go in the backwards order, I think.
Okay.
Because I want to say, when you think about clowns, Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean's absolutely a clown. Charlie Chaplin's a clown.
Yes.
So when people say they hate clowns, I don't think that's what I was saying when when we first talked about it or whatever. Like, they're not really defined.
They hate the professional clown.
They seem to hate
after we've got our definitions and we have our terminology
because
here.
There's so many other people, and let's talk about some of those.
Well, yeah, okay, yes. Here's some examples of. We're going to say good clowns. These are all good. They're all good clowns.
Don't worry, we'll get to the other ones later.
Yeah, we'll get to the bad clowns later.
Yeah.
Bad clowns. But my first one I was going to mention is a traditional, a professional.
Professional,
clown.
okay, yeah.
That would be Emmett Kelly.
Yeah.
He's the most famous, well-known clown in America.
Okay.
He began his career as a trapeze artist. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Yeah. By 1923, Emmett Kelly was working his trapeze act with the John Robinson Circus, where he performed occasionally as a white-faced clown.
Okay.
As a white-faced clown.
Different from...
He started working as a clown full-time in 1931, and it was only after 5 years of attempting to persuade management that he was able to switch from a white-faced clown to the hobo clown that he had sketched 10 years earlier while working as a cartoonist.
That's crazy to me, and I'm going to bring up something that we have not talked about at all, and I had never brought this up in all of our discussions and preparing for this show.
Okay.
It makes it sound big and ominous. No, it's nothing, but the idea that there's, and I don't know why, I mean, it's because I don't know anything about it. I haven't been educated. That is, up to this point, about clowns, but I thought it was hilarious in Shakes the Clown. Did you ever see that Bobcat Goldthwait?
Oh.
He plays the drunk clown.
Yeah, years ago. Yeah.
Nobody else, maybe one of the three people that actually liked that movie, I guess. But it was hilarious to me that they had their hierarchy. The rodeo clowns were the rough and tumble guys, and they were at the top of it.
Right.
Then you had your your standard clowns.
There's all the pecking order.
Exactly, and everybody was beating the crap out of the mimes. That was the worst. Anyhow, but the idea that there is a strata to it.
And the way you're saying it is like the mimes would be the the ones that are most in history. Like that would be the most traditional.
That would be sure. That should be the highest.
Rodeo clowns, they got to be the newest thing. Like who put them in charge?
I don't know.
That's kind of funny.
And it's a movie. It's a movie with Bobcat Goldthwait as an alcoholic and stuff. But I thought it was hilarious. And I still remember that. I'm sorry, I'm off topic here or whatever. But
no, we're talking about clowns.
Okay,
we were talking about Emmett Kelly.
Yes. Professional clown had to convince somebody that he could do the hobo clown.
Well, yeah, I guess it was still. I mean, it was 1931, and I guess it was still a real traditional thing.
Right.
So yeah, he was tired of being a white-faced clown and wanted to break out his hobo. And he was, and a lot of people would know if they saw his picture. Certainly put some in the artwork or a link or something.
Yeah, I'll put a link out there, yeah.
But his Weary Willie was a tragic figure, a clown who could usually be seen sweeping up the circus rings after the other performers. He tried but failed to sweep up the pool of light of a spotlight. So I guess that was his usual...
Shtick?
Yeah, that was his shtick.
Okay.
His routine was revolutionary at the time. Traditionally, clowns wore whiteface and performed slapstick stunts intended to make people laugh. Kelly did perform stunts, too. One of his most famous acts was trying to crack a peanut with a sledgehammer. But as the Tramp, he also appealed to the sympathy of his audience. So that's the sad clown you didn't understand when you were little.
I still don't.
And that you can thank Emmett Kelly for that.
Okay, well, I thank him, I guess.
He was groundbreaking.
Okay. I don't want to be sad with my laughter.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, I watch
for you.
No, I want my horror and my comedy together. That's okay, but
how about Bozo the Clown?
Bozo, that I'm familiar with. That I saw him on TV. I think I have a clip. We'll have show notes for this. We'll have a ton.
Make sure to visit our Podomatic page, and you will get a ton of show notes. We're gonna have links to all this stuff.
I even have one though from like '87, and maybe we don't want to talk about that for Bozo. Well,
let me say really quickly. This will be shorter than Emmett Kelly's. Bozo the Clown's a clown character whose broad popularity peaked in the United States in the 1960s as a result of widespread franchising in early television. The character first appeared in 1949 and became a franchise in 1956, with local television stations producing their own Bozo shows featuring the character. More than 200 actors have portrayed the clown. Bozo TV shows were also produced in other countries like Mexico, Thailand, Australia, Greece, and Brazil.
Oh my gosh, I have to look some of those up. I only thought there was the American Bozo.
No.
So
that's why 200 different Bozos have been out there.
Okay.
All being Bozo, but 200 different actors have played him. And in 1965, it was syndicated as Bozo's Big Top. So that was for channels that didn't have local.
Right.
And when I looked up Bozo on Wikipedia, I tried to see like the most current, what was the last. I couldn't find any that were on now.
Okay.
I don't know if it's not updated or if I'm wrong or if anybody knows if Bozo is still on somewhere in the world. You gotta tell us. But the last one I was able to find was as late as 2014.
Really?
Was in Brazil.
Wow. All right.
Good on you, Brazil.
Yeah.
Keep Bozo alive. Well, though that was 2014. This is 2017. So.
Yeah.
But
that's all right. Well, that's cool. I found something from '87, and I thought that was current. So
yeah, that seemed really recent.
It did.
Well, I watched it, of course, in the '70s as a child, so I wasn't sure how long it went on after that.
I didn't watch that much TV because I was always on punishment. But
yeah, well, that's what you get.
That's what you get.
That's what you get.
So you'd already mentioned other kinds of characters that fit in the definition of clown.
Yeah.
But they don't wear the makeup or they don't work for the circus.
Right. So that's, I think, an important distinction to make. You can still be a clown. Yeah. You don't have to dress in scary makeup if that's what it
right.
is.
Well,
you can't see my hand gestures, but
I think I could.
Right.
That was a scary hand gesture.
Yeah.
So you'd already mentioned Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
He, of course, he was born in 1889.
Wow.
And he died in 1977.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I knew that. Only because I'd done research for the show.
Oh, okay.
That stood out to me because I was amazed that he'd lived till 77.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was an English comic actor, for those who don't know. He was a filmmaker, composer, and he rose to fame in the era of silent film.
Yeah.
So as far as acting on stage, he did his first amateur appearance at the age of 5 years old.
Wow.
By 13, he'd abandoned education, going to school, all that jazz, and he registered with a theatrical agency at the age of 13.
Wow.
I read that his mom had some mental illness, and there was a lot of family problems, so I got the feeling that he was on his own a lot, and like he really had a talent for acting, and his mom urged him to get into it.
Okay.
So yeah, by 13 he was on stage. Well, though his first was at 5.
Right.
In 1906, Chaplin joined the juvenile act Casey's Circus. where he developed popular